Welcome to G Myers World Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about this whole situation with Antonio Brown and Big Ben. Now, some of you guys have asked me to voice my opinion about this. If you guys want to ask me more things about the NFL, feel free to tweet me at G Myers World, where I will select certain questions that you guys ask and make videos about it. This one right here, he had a whole little Q&A, Antonio Brown, and he actually said that Big Ben has an owner's mentality. Now, most people look at it as if he's trying to be condescending and, he's making up stories about Big Ben. It's not the case. It's already out there in the open that Big Ben, he literally calls out everybody, bro. That guy he'll call out his moms. This guy doesn't care. We see that Big Ben, what I believe is going on with Big Ben is it's like he's playing with house money. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. He's done, he's won, 2 Super Bowls. He's done things that he's right there. So he feels that he's bigger than everybody that's around him. And, the thing that makes, when we're talking about quarterbacks, the thing that makes Tom Brady great, in my opinion, is that even though we know he has an ego, he doesn't really show it to you like this. Even when he raged at his offensive coordinator, when he was raging at him and Josh McDaniels, whatever Tom Brady's doing, he doesn't do it in the fashion where it's like, yo, bro, that guy right there is just mad, wild, and unacceptable. There's always a method to his madness. He understands that he's the helm, like he runs the ship. So he has to be a certain way. I don't think Big Ben does that. I just, like I said, it is what it is. And I'm not trying to say that Antonio Brown is not to blame. You guys can go back on I think I have the video on my actual home channel, G Myers World. If you search it, the Antonio Brown, I did this video like 2 or 3 years ago when the Steelers were about to face the Patriots, and Antonio Brown, whenever that happened, and he FaceTimed what was going on with Mike Tomlin in the locker room, I thought that was I thought it was unforgivable. Because I've been, I've never been into the NFL, but, you've been, college, high school. I've been in, locker rooms with players that are around you. It's a brotherhood. You don't do that kind of stuff. I think that was something, no matter how good you are, you don't cross the line in that way. And since he did that, I've lost a lot of respect for him just because it became more about AB. In this case right here, it's not only him that's having an issue with Big Ben Roethlisberger. It's the fact that I think Antonio Brown is trying to walk his way out of Pittsburgh. But he is under contract the same way that, a lot of players that are under contract, they're not going anywhere unless the ownership is like, you know what? There's no winning with this. So we don't know if they're going to actually release him. He still has to meet with the owner. I believe ESPN is reporting that. So we don't know if it's going to happen the way that he thinks it's going to happen. We have to wait to see it out. But ultimately, what I think is happening with the Steelers is that there is no leadership. All right, at the quarterback position, I've seen James Harrison on Undisputed Live just say that, maybe Mike Tomlin has to have a different viewpoint with the players because he's not really locking down what he should be doing. Like, I understand that, they're grown men. You have to treat them a certain way, but there is a level of respect that I don't think that these players are showing to each other or to coaches. Because Big Ben has been talking wild about Todd Haley. He's been doing whatever he wanted for a while now. So I think that when you look at the way everybody is acting, it's not only them. They're a reflection of what the quarterback is, which in most cases is the leader. You have to look at it like this, right? When we start to look at the best leader in the NFL, in my opinion, leadership is Tom Brady, right? Why do I think that Tom Brady is the best leader? And obviously he's not like a Michael Jordan build. You hear people talk about it, whatever. He's like, the ugliest 40-time ever in combine history. But what he entails, what's inside of him, is what makes that team great. Okay, now, you could say Bill Belichick's scheme, all that stuff like that, but Tom Brady is more than just a system quarterback, regardless of what you guys want to believe. Because I can guarantee you, many other QBs, if we're not talking about the Peyton Mannings, the Drew Breeses, I don't want to say Aaron Rodgers because that guy just does whatever he wants in most cases, but those guys I just named, if you put them there in that situation, I think they would be able to have the same outcome, but you can't just interchange Tom Brady because what people seem to forget is his leadership capability. Yes, they may have cheated with, Spygate, all kinds of gate, Bounty Gate, I was at your mom's gate, all kinds of gate. All that stuff could be true, but when leadership is a huge thing, and people overlook it because they try to make excuses about it. Oh, yeah, Bill Belichick gave him this. Oh, this. No, you still have to go out there and make the reads. You still have to show your team that you're willing to go above and beyond for them. Big Ben does not do that. Big Ben on many occasions has lined up come out and thrown a pick and start yelling at somebody else when the ball was nowhere near and throw. It was nowhere near it. And that's why a lot of people are starting to take a step back from Aaron Rodgers also. And we have to wait to see how he goes, because he looks like he's going down that path of Big Ben. And it's not a good look. So in this case right now, AB has done some things, in my opinion, in the past, that Facebook Live particular, that's been unforgivable. But they've moved on from it. They gave him money. They did all that stuff. It's not a guarantee they just let him go, because he's still a top-tier receiver. So people don't understand. It don't matter what he's doing. He can say whatever he wants, but they can still do whatever they want to do with him and just have him there. And yeah, they'll have to pay him, but that will hurt him and hurt his stature, because he still has to do certain things to get paid. He still has to show up. He still has to see Big Ben. So ownership can still make his life a living hell. So people have to realize it as well. And I know he probably already has gone over it. And I don't think Art Rooney and them, they're not going to be like, oh, yeah, all right, you don't like us. All right, go ahead. They're going to see what they can do to try to fix it. But at the end of the day, Big Ben's attitude, it's not like Big Ben is not pristine. We all know that he has a past as well. Everybody has a past. You know what I'm saying? So when everybody's looking at it, trying to make everybody the bad guy, you can't do that as a quarterback. One of the reasons that I don't like Donovan McNabb personally is because of what he did to Terrell Owens in that huddle where he told him to shut the F up. I don't like that, because let me just say something. Even in the heat of the battle, you don't need to speak to another man like that, especially a receiver of Terrell Owens' caliber. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you say that to him unless you feel that you can't, just because you can? And that type of mentality is disgusting to me, because that's the number one thing that I could not do. And in every sport that I've played, no matter what I've done, no matter what I've been a part of, I've always had a leadership role. And that's the one thing that I have to understand. You have to lead by example. This guy, Big Ben, is running around just throwing pick after pick after pick and pointing at Casper the Friendly Ghost like, yo, you're supposed to be running an in-route. Like, what exactly are you doing right now? And then AB, he's doing stuff. He's on like, the Masked Singer. He's doing a lot of weird stuff. Both of them are doing whatever they want. But ultimately, the Steeler fans are who going to suffer. And again, who deserves a lot of the blame? Based on like the outside looking in, we got to start to look at Mike Tomlin. Like ultimately, like, bro, what's going on here, bro? Because if this was happening in New England, who's everybody looking at? They'll be looking at Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? So remember, I also made a video about that Adrian Peterson stare with Sean Payton, and I guarantee that he would be released from that team. Listen, it's certain things that those type of coaches, they demand respect. Sean Payton's, Bill Belichick, you know what I'm saying? They demand respect. I don't think these players are taking Mike Tomlin like seriously at this point. And we know the history of the Steelers. They don't just fire coaches. I understand that. But you have to start to look at how the team is unraveling. Le'Veon Bell, the way the offensive line spoke out about him, there's no unity. There's nothing going on that's making us feel like this team has a chance to do anything. It's just unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to have a unit that's like, ready to go. Even when they were doing the thing with the national anthem, some guys wanted to be inside, guys outside. It's like there's no unified actions going on. So a lot of this has to do with Mike Tomlin, because he has to sit them down and say, yo, bro, we can win a lot more games working together. If Big Ben, you'll take accountability for your actions. AB, I didn't like what you did with this situation. We got to do better. This is what destroys teams. And people just don't seem to realize that the Patriots can win a Super Bowl with nobodies because of unity in their locker room. So it's not about the talent. Julio Jones don't got a ring, bro. Randy Moss don't got a ring. It's not all about talent. It's about unified togetherness and a brotherhood in a locker room that wants to go out there and fight this battle. And I think that these gentlemen right here, they've lost their way because they're much better together than they are without each other. And if Le'Veon Bell would have played last season, they would have made the playoffs. And I'm not knocking Connor. I'm just saying they would have made the playoffs because Le'Veon Bell is a better running back than James Conner. Not saying that he wasn't talented, but he's not Le'Veon Bell. But again, the lack of unity, the lack of leadership, because even if those old linemen said the right things, it probably wouldn't have ended up that way. But because they spoke out, everybody rolled with it. Ultimately, what happened with the Steelers fans? No playoffs. They have to get they got to get a lockdown on what's going on with this locker room. And I think it starts with Mike Tomlin. I would love to hear what you guys and girls think. Please feel free to follow me at GMyersWorld on Twitter. Leave a question. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, one love.